With any spinning wheel and with any project, it takes a little bit of time to get reacquainted to make sure you have the right amount of tension, the right amount of twist, and this wheel is no exception. When I first started it, I had it here on the back on the very smallest whirl. Can see it?
If you want, I don't know. I just want you to be able to see it and look at it. And maybe record some just so you can look back on it and think about it. Does that make sense?
Well, come look. Come.
I haven't read this book in a while.
Hey guys, so this is the end of the 2 fingerless gloves project, and the reason I'm wearing clothes and the lighting is different in each of them is because it does take me several days to finish any one project. The longest part of time is the actual spinning itself. The knitting takes anywhere from like 6 to maybe 10 hours if I'm doing fingerless gloves or a hat. So I did lose my phone yesterday, so sorry that I didn't post something this morning. It was also the same day that I poured fish sauce first into my laundry, then into my shoe, and then onto the ground. Each separate pourings. It's not like it fell from my laundry to my shoe to the ground. I had a really hard day with accident-prone clumsiness, forgetfulness. So super fun. Okay, so this is one of the gloves, almost finished. I just need to put the thumb on it. But I kind of wanted to get this video up so that you could see it. This is a size medium. And by the way, if you guys do order stuff off the Etsy store, make sure, I will message you after you order and ask you if you have any fiber allergies or other details. Like for instance with this, I needed to know what the circumference of the hand was and the length from here, wrist, to second knuckle, right here. And it took I still haven't received a response yet, so eventually I had to guess as to whether or not the person who I was making it for was a man or a woman, because they'd picked medium but hadn't said their gender, and the name was somewhat ambiguous. And so I believe that it was a Latino name, and so eventually I just Googled it and wrote in the name. Is this a boy or a girl name? Turns up it's a girl name. So super easy for me because I can just use my hand as a standard. I have small hands, so I made it just a little bit bigger. But I do like to, because it's a custom piece of clothing and you are paying quite a bit for me to make it, I want it to be perfect. And so if you do order something from me, make sure to pay attention to your emails from Etsy because I will be trying to contact you. So there's one. And then I'll show you the other one on the needles. There's the needles. And here is, let's see, I've got 2 balls in there. Here is the ball of yarn for this project. Now, I do like to make sure that I have double the amount that I need. So I actually have a lot more yarn here than I need. It takes about 4 ounces of fiber to make a pair of gloves or a hat. Pardon me, I like to have 8 of the same color and the same type of fiber. I have 2 different browns here. One of them is a more gray brown here in the middle, and this on the outside is more of a warmer brown. And I ordered it because this way I could stripe it or do anything else I needed to, but there's a slight difference in the gauge between the two because they are different fibers, and so they spin differently, they feel different. And the one in the middle is more cushy, it's loftier, and the one on the outside is slimmer. And so I'm I'm not going to mix them together because it will make it strange. But initially what I had been planning on was to be able to use both and have it be kind of a multicolored brown, but in the end I didn't. So those are the kind of decisions I have to make when I do a project. Other videos that I have coming up are how to dehydrate with the wood stove, how dehydration works with different wood stoves, and also how to use a drop spindle rather than a spinning wheel because it's so much less expensive, and how to make yourself a lazy Kate so that you can really use a drop spindle effectively. So those are coming up, and hopefully you've enjoyed the video. It is difficult for me at times to get really good shots with the spinning wheel because I have directional light from so many places, and a lot of times I'm working on my projects at night, and that's really hard to get good footage for. But anyway, hopefully you're enjoying the videos, and we'll talk to you later.
Look at the inside of a pumpkin. That's all hollowed out, and I had to peel around the skin around right here so I can fit my hand in, and ta-da.
So, I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing, but I am taking some brown yarn that I've already spun, and it's easiest to take a dark color and turn it into a darker color than it is to take a white or a really light color and turn it into a darker color accurately. So that's why if you're going to dye something black, you want to use a brown or a very dark fleece to make the yarn before you dye it.
I hate the feel of this.
Is it kind of slimy?
You betcha.
So I've already knit one pair of gloves out of this, and so even though I had it in a ball, I now need to put it back on the Nitty Knotty so that I can re-dye it.
So 2 teeth.
Our rooster misses his girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's over here.
Yeah.
But I don't want to catch him because
He's a pecky
he's
boy.
a pecky boy.
I think so far I'm gonna make this eye go a little farther up, and this eye go
Paint my
down a
pumpkin
little.
Depends on if you want to eat it or not.
I want to eat it.
Then no, you may not.
But then again, how big of a pumpkin pie would that make? How big of a pumpkin pie would Paige's make?
So the girls always like to make a really big deal out of my birthday, even though I have a tendency to forget. Last year you had 3 parties for me.
Yeah.
And I think our actual day of my birthday we had it at Rebecca, whose channel is Flying VS Farms. Now, are you sending out seeds?